Welcome back to our studio here at this 19th edition of the Tata Mumbai Marathon. We're in the home straight now, so to speak. We've had fabulous racing this morning here in Mumbai. We have the presentations yet to come, but there are two men who are responsible for setting up Procam, the company that organised this race, and the Procam Slam races. There are four of them through the year here in India, the dominant road races here in India. One of them is with us. We're very lucky to have Joint Managing Director Vivek Singh in the studio with us. Vivek, congratulations on another wonderful day of racing here in Mumbai. Numbers up this year in just about every category. I mean, with the virtual runners, 59,000 runners had entered for this year's race. You must think you're in dreamland compared with, say, 20 years ago when these were aspirations and hopes, but now it's reality.
Absolutely. And Tim, first of all, thank you for being here. Richard, thank you for being here. You guys do a marathon job, behind the scenes to keep the telecast going. It's not something easy, and we deeply appreciate you guys coming back. Thank you. Yes, Tim, it's very satisfying that we experience growth. And growth is growth in numbers of people wanting to run. We had a record 11,000 people wanting to run the full marathon, which has never happened before. And that's after we shut registrations weeks and weeks in advance. We had record numbers in the half marathon, in the dream run, in the 10K, in the senior citizens, in the champions with disability. So virtually every category had record numbers, and that's growth, and which is great. We also had progress. We had people, raising more monies for charity, 272 different NGOs being involved with the event, using the event to raise funds and awareness for themselves. We had progress in many other areas of the event, if you go to see. But I feel in the 19th edition, and why it's so special is we've actually touched success. And that is something so beautiful. So, we have growth, you have progress, and if you layer that with compassion, with ethics, with community, with diversity, with unity, then you get success.
Vivek, in regards to progress, philanthropy is probably the area of biggest progress, isn't it? Philanthropy has been a huge issue, a huge area of advance this year.
So philanthropy is the biggest...
You can see here the top 5 change legends. I mean, talk to us about this.
So philanthropy is an area which is measured, and therefore you say progress. But I'm talking about women emancipation. I'm talking about inspiration to people. I'm talking about sending the message of can do, will do, which the Mumbai Marathon has espoused since the beginning. So of course the charity has hit the ball out of the ballpark. And we've got record numbers of charity, the Central Chinmaya Mission Trust, Srimad Rajchandra Lavanke, who've been there with us for a long time. It's like so fabulous that these large social community organizations have got their act together, are investing in the event in terms of manpower, in terms of emotional equity. And look at this, look at the number of corporates that are supporting them. And this is something so wonderful, right? You have the corporates out on the field, they get the privilege to run only if they sponsor and support a charity. Otherwise, they don't get the privilege to run. So it is a very wonderful democratic model. It has worked, whereby we do not nominate a charity. We do not say you run for this cause. You run for a cause that's close to your heart. And this year, I think about 13,000 people have chosen to run for a cause and raise monies for a cause.
We saw that in terms of the banners that they were carrying when they started the Dream Run. It seemed as though the whole start and the finish was full not only of people, but the banners that they were carrying, which showed exactly what you're saying, that they're running because they believe in a cause.
Absolutely, and they find this to be a platform that is credible, that is open, that has visibility to further their cause.
I mean, so many causes have benefited from this, but India has benefited because this is where the running revolution in India started, really. I mean, if you think about the numbers of races now that are registered, that are measured, that are kosher races, the number of participants that, and we still haven't scratched the surface in India, I think. 1.4 billion people. I think it's going to grow several-fold. We can see here the running landscape in India, how it's changed so dramatically, Vivek. And you and Anil, your brother, are responsible for so much of this.
Well, we've been privileged to be people who've been instrumental, but the responsibility in all rides with so many different agencies, The state government have been wonderful, the police authorities, the municipal corporation. It's something wonderful when a city comes together. And Mumbai Marathon really showcases India.
And you were talking about the number of the women's emancipation. Look at the women's participation. I mean, okay, it's not 50%, but it's grown enormously in the last few years to 28%, an average of 26% across the Pro-Am Slam events.
Absolutely, and the great thing about this is it's across 42, 21, 10. It's not just the dream run anymore. So they're running longer distances, they're getting fitter, they're getting healthier, and they're dictating what goes on the lunch and dinner plate. So the family is getting fitter and healthier.
And I think it's great that we had, a female ambassador. I mean, you've brought in so many famous ambassadors. Have Katie here. You've had some great female ambassadors here in the past, but I think it sort of fits with your push to get more women involved in running. And as we've seen with those numbers, the percentage of women taking part in your races, in races all over India, is on the rise. We want that to continue.
Absolutely. Katie has been a fabulous ambassador, so has Meb. They've both been wonderful ambassadors, and we'll see more of them in the near future, I hope. But I think what we can take away from this is how the inspiration has snowballed to the corners of parts of the country that never knew that distance running was actually a sporting activity. They thought you're crazy. And they're running today.
Vivek, talk to us about the Pro-Am Slam, the 4 Pro-Am races around India, all different distances, all in different cities, and it's growing in momentum. I get the impression there's more and more people wanting to have that special title. There you can see the Pro-Am Slammers finish all 4 races consecutively. Bengaluru, Delhi, Kolkata and Mumbai here. That is a wonderful quartet. It's an aspiration.
It's aspirational, different distances, different cities, different courses, and you really get your badge of honor. That you're a Pro-Am Slammer. You don't need to travel the world. Sure, you can if you want to do the 6 Abbott races for the World Marathon Majors, but we have our own marathon majors and we call them the Pro-Am Slam. And it's just amazing. We thought, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 350 are going to complete their Pro-Am Slam in Mumbai.
Vivek, if I can say one thing I've noticed this weekend, there were so many Indian tourists in Mumbai. I was down at the Gateway of India last night, and just on Marine Drive. It's not just Mumbai people who are taking part in your races here this weekend.
15,000, Richard. 15,000 coming from outside Mumbai, hundreds of them coming from outside India.
It's fantastic.
What is fantastic too is the amount of cooperation you've had from local politicians, from the agencies of the city. Vivek, now I'm past the halfway point in my own life. I'm beginning to realise that life is all about relationships. Whether it's with the local authorities, whether it's with dignitaries who can change things for you and get things done that enable the race to take place. You and Anil must have become real experts in developing relationships and working with the dignitaries to get things happening, especially in a city like this where there's so much development going on. The metro system and everything else that's causing a lot of disruption in the city. You have been able to get over those humps and still stage this race.
So it's interesting you bring that up, Tim, and I don't believe you can achieve success by focusing on relationships. I think if you focus on relationships, it may actually go the other way. If you work with a certain amount of integrity, sincerity, and commitment of purpose, then relationship bridges get built. How many relationships can I focus on? There are 100 agencies. Those 100 agencies' heads change every year. If I focused on relationships, I couldn't get anywhere. But the beautiful aspect of life is, the moment we start focusing on our own commitment, our own sincerity, our own integrity, our own purpose, somehow the relationships get built, bridges get built. People from quarters I least expected come out to support the Tata Mumbai Marathon. And I say, wow. They say, no, it's our privilege and pleasure today to support the Tata Mumbai Marathon, to support Pro-Am, to support Mumbai, and for us to be the pride of India.
Absolutely right. The pride of India is a very good phrase. I think that's what you deserve on these Pro-Am Slam races.
Well, that was a good interview, wasn't it? Because it just came straight after what you were saying, that it's all to do with the messages and the enthusiasm that this race generates. And I think it was nice that he was echoing exactly what you were saying. It's to do with the profile of this race and what it represents for the city is why so many people want to be a part of it.
This is what has been beautiful about Pro-Am and its interaction with Mumbai Marathon. It's the actual transmission of ownership, of conviction, of passion, of pride to so many stakeholders. This is the Western Naval Command. He's the Flag Officer Commanding-in-Chief, Western Naval Command, a very senior officer and a wonderful man, Admiral Sanjay Singh. And he just came in, he's just taken over this new assignment, and he just came in and said, it's Tata Mumbai Marathon, it's Western Naval Command, we've been founding partners, we are there. No, that's how it happens. That's how it happens.
Vivek, I can remember in the early days of this race, there always seemed to be quite a strong presence from the services. I think we had Navy helicopters helping out with television signals and that sort of thing. Are they still a massive part of the race organisation, the services, Army, Navy, Air Force and so on?
Massive. Today the winners in the Indian section were all from the Army Sports Institute, Pune.
Yes.
And you had General Kellogg here, the General Officer commanding Maharashtra, Goa and Gujarat area. And he did it with so much pride. He says, you know, for our boys, this is such a massive international platform, not just to showcase themselves, but to run shoulder to shoulder with the world's best talent and get better. They don't have to travel to exotic cities to run. The world's best talent is coming here. And my boys are getting a chance to run shoulder to shoulder and learn from them.
The numbers of these dignitaries coming out and having their say is fantastic. All of them at the event, all of them supporting it. We're going to a quick break now. But Vivek, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Thanks for everything you do. These races, it's been an absolute joy seeing them going from strength to strength, getting bigger and better and bigger and better.
My gratitude to the government of Maharashtra, the government of India. They've been fabulous support. To all the people who come out and participate, spectate, volunteer and make this possible. We could not move a single inch without them. And thank you guys for coming out here, and thank you to Sony for telecasting this and showing India and showing Mumbai in all its glory to the Pan-Asian footprint.